Thank you all. Thanks for waiting. Actually, I had some important meeting. That's why just now I came. We'll start now.
Okay, sir.
Shall I share my screen?
You can share, sir.
Yeah, I'll share. Yeah, is it visible? Is it visible, right? Can anyone confirm that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Thank you, participants. Thanks for waiting. We'll start now. So we have time for. Okay, fine. So last class we talked about natural language processing, and then I have explained about what are the stages in natural language processing, why it's complication, what are the complexities in natural language processing. Now we just start with applications. Today we are going to talk about it's a kind of research directions and what are the applications. So from here you can take a lot of research problems for a student projects or your a doctorate work or all those things. Yeah, these things we covered already, that ambiguity and all. So I'll just directly go here. Fine. When it comes to the natural language processing, the current direction of the natural language processing is towards the social media text. The processing the social media text. So you know that the complexity of processing the social media text. Say, for example, the social media text means the text in Twitter, Facebook, YouTube comments, or any news comments, or those things. I'm saying that it's social media text. So the social media text plays a major role in marketing, politics, and all other aspects. Say, for example, so government want to introduce some policies, or government want to check that whether these policies are really reaching the people, or what type of people are interested in this policy, what type of people are not interested in this policy. Those things they can extract from the social media text. So here, when we are processing the social media text, so we have seen some of the challenges yesterday. So the ambiguity levels and other things. We are going to see some few new set of ambiguities. So when I said explained yesterday, I said that language is continuously evolving. So you can see here that how the language evolved. Say, for example, the word I'll directly take the example, take the word good night. So nowadays people started using the word good night like this, G-U-D, good night, or good night, or even the emoticons and something. So this shows the variations. This I can say that the ambiguity, when we are discussing about the ambiguity, right? So participants, can anyone say that what is meant by ambiguity? So what is meant by ambiguity? Participants?
The ability of being understood in more than one way.
Yeah. So one word. Yeah. Thank you, Keshari. So one word, you are saying that two meanings, right? I'll write a meaning one, I'll write a meaning two. I'm not going to say here whether it's a syntactic ambiguity or so one word, multiple meanings. So two meanings. Fine. So one word, the representation is same. Word means a representation. Say, for example, I'm taking the word bank. I'm saying that it's a representation, or I can say that this is the shape, or this itself a kind of, I can say that um, image or something you consider as a representation is same, but meaning is different. Two meanings we are having. Uh, can you mute, please? Someone's mic is on, I think. So can you mute?
Dear participants, please mute. Dear participants.
Kishore, can you mute from your side, right? Or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, otherwise I
Yes.
muted. I muted. Saik, right? I muted. Fine. No problem. Yeah. So yesterday we have seen that two things. One is one is the word bank with multiple meanings. One representation, multiple meanings. Now, if you see that again, all these are different representations, right? The different representation, but same meaning. So ambiguity comes, bank is having multiple meanings, one representation with multiple meaning. Now we are having multiple representation for single word. So here your word is going to be a one, but you are having multiple ways to represent the word. So this is this ambiguity is with respect to only particular language I am talking. So say for example, I have taken here English. So I'm writing a good night with the help with I'm writing GN. Someone will write GUD night, but all these things represents a single word or single phrase or single entity good night. So this is a different set of ambiguity, or I can say that this is a reverse to the ambiguity. So these challenges also we are facing. So this is kind of this can be solved with the help of normalization. So these kind of new issues we are facing when you are analyzing the social media text. Another important thing, you don't have sufficient context to understand the social media text, because as the social media text is small in size, we don't have sufficient context to understand the text, to understand it further. So that is a challenge in analyzing the social media text. So apart from that, there may be a lot of misspellings. So people used to have their own abbreviations and the spelling variations. So these things are making the model or the NLP thing more complex. So this is an example. Few examples are given in some other language. If you see that, I've taken one example in Tamil. If you see, this is an English text. It's English. But the next one, if you say this is Tamil text. And third one is what is third one and what is fourth one? First one is English, second one I said it's Tamil. So what is third one and fourth one? Participants?
I think it is Tamil written in English.
Okay, the third one Tamil written in English. Okay, fourth one.
But it's a combination of English and Tamil.
So this is called as Tanglish. I mean, we are calling this as Tanglish or Tenglish, Hinglish, something like that. And this is called mixed language, where we are mixing two languages. So these complexities, if you say that to analyzing this, if you are giving this to the language person or linguist, they will write a rule to segregate, to write a rule for a morphology, to understand the morphology, to understand the pose and other things. But how to process this one? So this is very difficult actually to process. So this is a Tanglish as well as a mixed. If you see that from the third and fourth version, so most of the social media text consists of this fourth one, where it's not we are using only the third one is very minimum. The fourth one is more, where we are in between, we are including English words. Luckily in Dravidian languages, or particularly in South India, we are mixing with only two languages, English and regional languages. But if you go the Bengal side, or if you go, I mean, Bengal side means if you analyze their Bengal, the text in a Bengali or in Marathi, they are mixing with three. So if we take the Bengali text, so it's written in the single sentence, there may be some English words. They are influenced by Hindi and again that Marathi or Bengali. So those things are increases the complexity of analysis. So the one part, the one new challenges what we are facing is what I said, that is a representation issue, and the second one is the complexity in language itself. Fine. These things we know that. So the role of NLP in AI as well as the deep learning. Why I included this slide is because we are going to talk about applications now, right? So I said I included two more challenges. When you say when I say about the application, so I'm dividing these applications into few segments. One is the NLP applications. I can say that the traditional or the linguistic applications or computational linguistic applications or NLP tools. So that I'm going to tell that first segment. Second one, the applications with respect to social media. Whatever we have seen that the social media applications. So this is what we are going to cover next. One is the traditional NLP. I can say that the NLP tools or the linguistic tools, or that also you can call its applications or the software development, right? So next one is social media with respect to the social media. And third one is NLP with allied areas. So allied areas in terms of the multi-model or integrating the language with image. So where we record some image processing plus the NLP skills also. So that is the third one. And final one is the NLP's application with different domains. So I have taken only the few domains actually here. Say for example, the domain like healthcare is a one domain and education sector is the other domain. What I have taken here, healthcare and the education. The role of NLP in a healthcare, role of NLP in education. This is what we are going to see today. The complete picture I'm going to give as a part of these applications. The first, as I said, that I'm going to talk about NLP tools. Before that, so how we are going to solve those things? So yesterday I said a single word I used as experience. That experience we are going to, the experience is data actually. The data we are going to give to the machine learning or deep learning model, to the data driven model, to learn the latent or hidden patterns from the data, to understand the natural language text, or to develop some natural language applications. So the first application we'll see, first set of application with respect to NLP tools. So yesterday we have seen that NLP introduction in a perspective of traditional NLP language model based or linguistic model based. The application also, the application whatever mentioned here is pure NLP applications, not related with any the social media or other things. Even we can do for the social media also. If you take that NLP, if you take the NLP architecture or the NLP model, so the applications, yesterday we discussed about natural language process. I mean, two things we discussed: natural language understanding and natural language generation. So the basic application when you start with the NLP, I can say that the first application or the primary application is part of speech tagging, where the model will help you to disambiguate the words in the sentence. So that is part of speech tagging. So like there are a lot of applications. One is name entity recognition. So where it used to identify the entities. Say for example, if I'm using the term Abdul Kalam in my sentence, so I want the Abdul Kalam term can be phrase can be identified as a person entity. Why we need to identify this? So one interesting application when you're going for machine translation, Abdul Kalam is need not to be translated. You no need to translate the term Abdul Kalam or to translate the location or something, right? Abdul Kalam in any language, it's Abdul Kalam only. So those things can be identified with the help of name entity recognition. So other interesting things we discussed about the machine translation yesterday also. So translating from one language to other language, this is a pure NLP research problem. This each one is a research problem. But if you say that the post tagging or post tagging it's a well-defined one. There are a lot of tools it's available. I can say that the research on the photo space tagging is exhausted, but NER is not like that. NER is keep on growing. Say for example, if you are giving if you are taking the online resumes and you are extracting the entities from the resume, or you are extracting some related keywords from there. But definitely for doing that, you need POS also, but you don't need to do a separate research on post tagging. You can use the post libraries to improve the entities. As I said that the entities is the context of the entity may differ. If you are analyzing the legal text documents, legal NLP, legal text analytics, where the context will be different, and then you have to extract the entities in a different way. So that's why I said that NER, there is a lot of scope to do research on NER itself. Even I'm saying that no, the NER for legal domain, that itself a research problem. If you are interested in pure NLP task, or if you're interested in NER, you can take this as a research problem, or you can give this to the students also. NER for legal documents. The next interesting thing, if you see that the sentiment analysis, where most of you knows that. So to identify that a particular starting from the word, particular word is positive or negative, or particular sentence is positive or negative, or a document is positive or negative, a complete document. Say for example, sometimes you need to analyze the word, whether the word is positive or negative or neutral. Sometimes a complete comment or sentence, a complete document. Someone is writing a review about the government policy. So finally, what is a point you are going to say, that whether the person is supporting the policy or opposing the policy. So those things all comes under sentiment analysis. This also I can say that there are a lot of work happening, and a lot of models are available. Inbuilt libraries are available. But thing is, the data set may be different, but a lot of libraries are available, so it's doing better job. So you no need to worry about much
Sir,
about developing.
summarization is missing here. Without
Yes, sir.
summarization, how can we do sentiment analysis? Will it be accurate?
Yeah. Without summarization, we can do the sentiment analysis, sir. Summarization, we can separate task. Actually, some people are combining that. It's based on the document. As I said that if a document size is 10 or 20 pages, if your document size is 20 pages, then you can take a summary of the document, then you can go for sentiment analysis. But your document, or you are dealing with a social media, or you are dealing with only 2 sentences or 3 sentences. So you don't want to summarize the whole summarize the text, right? You can directly go for sentiment analysis.
So
Summarization
for
only will.
documents, summarization is compulsory step for sentiment analysis, right?
No. So document, you are saying about document. Again, I'm telling that with respect to the document size. If the document size is 20 pages or 30 pages, you can go for a summary based sentiment analysis. If the document size is 2 or 3 pages, you can directly go, you can give a sentiment analysis model itself. It's a kind of document analysis model. Even now there are a lot of tools are available. The famous one is a Vadder. So Vadder will take even the document also as an input. Without summarization, it will give the probabilities, sentiment probabilities, not only the neutral or positive or negative. There is an option also to give 5 levels of sentiment: highly positive, highly negative, something like that, with the probability values. But if we are dealing with some huge documents, and as you said, rightly said, that we can go for a summarization, then you can go for sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis also, as I said, that the nothing new in building the tool now, because the things libraries are existing one, but the extended version of sentiment analysis, that is something called here. I have missed that stance detection, STA. If you are really working in sentiment analysis, please concentrate on stance rather than sentiment analysis. This plays a major role. Say for example, I'll tell that stance. Why I'm saying the stance is important. The sentiment analysis is a too generic one. If you are giving anything positive, the model will say the positive. If you are giving something negative, the model will say the negative, right? But something is, even though if you're giving positive sentence, but this positivity is depending on some target. Say for example, some government policy is there. I'm saying that, say I'll take up the well-known one, GST policy I'm taking. So some sentence is there actually. If I say that, if even though if I have the negative words, so the model will say that this is a negative. But if I say that this particular comment or this particular statement is based on stance or it's based on sentiment, then I can say that this is more relevant, or I can say that target based model. Once again, I'm getting on call once again. Yeah, that is stance detection. So stance is based on target, but sentiment is too generic one. So there is no target involved. If you are working in sentiment analysis, you can directly focus on stance now, because there won't be much scope for doing a research on sentiment analysis, but there is a lot of scope on doing research on stance. Stance is, again I'm repeating, stance is target specific. Based on the target, you are telling that whether this particular statement or particular document is positive or negative. Fine. So the next interesting one is the relation extraction. Where the relation extraction, you are going to identify the relationship between the words in the sentence or the document. So why you want the relationship between the words? So the relationship says the important thing. Say for example, I'm having the sentence like uh, Abdul Kalam is the president. Abdul Kalam was the president of India. So what is the relationship between the Abdul Kalam and then India? So those kind of things can be captured with the help of relation extraction. There is lot of scope to work on relation extraction also. As I said, the example of analyzing the resumes. So where you need to find out the relations. Say for example, if I'm writing something, hobbies I'm writing, and then I'm writing something. So what is the association between these two words? So you can capture that. So, and from the news articles, so you can capture the relations. There are very few research only happening in the relation extractions. So if you are really working on some, if you are really waiting for some research problems, you can think about something for relation extraction, particularly for, I'm saying that, Indian languages. Fine. The next one, paraphrasing. This is one of the important thing what we want actually. So say for example, the students are anyway. Nowadays we have a plagiarism checker and other things. So students taking a sentence and then they what the plagiarism checker, the current plagiarism checker is doing is actually, if I'm taking some sentence, if I'm using the same sentence, my plagiarism checker will capture that yes, this sentence is captured. But if I'm taking the sentence, I'm paraphrasing the sentence. I just taking or changing the synonym, or I'm replacing the words here and there, and then I'm just converting that and I'm giving to the plagiarism checker. The current plagiarism checker will not capture this sentence is copied from the original text, right? So that is paraphrasing. So there are two type of research in paraphrasing. One is how to paraphrase the original text. Even the ChatGPT models or LLM models are doing that. If you give the text, the model is rephrase it, paraphrase it, and it's giving to you, right? So the research, it's happened in one more direction. That's what I'm going to talk in the last day about LLM. So how to identify, we are working in some kind of research, how to identify that whether the text is generated by human or the text is generated by machine. If the if a student, or if you paraphrase using some GPT models, so the future system, the future AI system will identify that, will say that the text is not generated by human, this text is generated by machine. Not with the high accuracy, so maybe with 80 to 85% accuracy. That itself a good way
On what
to
basis on what basis that decision whether it is ChatGPT generated
so
or human generated?
it's based on the pattern how we are using, sir, actually. So now if you're saying, so suppose you are talking to me and then you know that how my writing style is and then how my speaking style is and everything, how my slides are and everything. Suddenly I come up with some new slide with a lot of jargons, with a bigger sentence, and then a lot of new words. If I use that, easily your model will say that this is, I think it's not sir made the sentence, sir copied from somewhere, or some GPT models are generated, something like that. So that way it's based on the pattern. So that research is happening now. We are participating in one of the competition in from UK actually. So I mean, yeah, we submitted the system, right. Yesterday we submitted the system. So the deadline is over. So that is segregating or differentiating the human generated text and machine generated text. But there are a lot of complexities. So it's very difficult to identify the pattern, because nowadays machine is once you identify that, there is other problem in AI. Once you you are building a AI model, I'll take a new page. Okay, so one direction, you are building the AI model to identify that whether that is AI generated or not, right? One way you are using AI to identify that whether it's AI generated or not. One way you are using AI to generate the text. Or I'll put another example. So you are using AI to identify whether the news is fake or not, right? So you are taking the help of AI models to identify the news is fake or not. Fine. At the same time, some people are using AI to generate the fake news, right? So now there is a this era is people talking about responsible AI and explainable AI and generative AI, right? So the explainable AI, what the explainable AI says that, so what we are why we are telling is explainable AI should not be black box. We are asking the AI here, why you are telling that this is fake news? I'm not the AI telling that this news is a fake. I'm asking that why you are telling fake news. So A is giving some information that why it's fake news. A is telling that this guy who posted that message in this social media, he joined only 2 hours back, and he don't have any friends, he don't have any followers. These are the meta information and the other information. So he is talking about the particular popular personality, but this particular personality is not in this particular location on the set date. On this set date, this guy, the particular personality is in some abroad or somewhere. He's telling exactly, he's analyzing the other news and then he's telling that. Suppose the AI is telling that, yes, so we are happy that AI is explaining that why this news is fake, right? Now, the same information I'm giving to the other AI model to generate the fake news. Next time when the AI generate the fake news, AI will be more cautious. When if AI is going to generate the fake news about a particular person, AI will check that where the person is. Tomorrow, the future AI I'm talking. So based on that, it will generate the fake news. Suppose a popular person is now in China. So suppose the fake news is coming something in India, that future AI model will say that this guy, I'm going to generate the fake news about this guy, but this guy is now, as per the news records, he is in China. So I'll just put that something happened to him in China, something like that. So people will be, definitely you will believe that, right? So this is a kind of circular model. So this is an important case. So no one can solve this because AI is going to communicate with AI, right? So this is a kind of dangerous one. So one way we are making AI to identify the fake news to help human. The other way, AI can be used to generate fake news, right? So this is, if this model improves, that is good. If you're identifying the fake news, and WhatsApp may allow you to forward the message to 100 people at the same time. If really WhatsApp have the system to identify that that is a fake news, that accuracy level is, as you know, that there is no provision for that. But if this model is improving, the performance of this model generating the fake news, if that is improving, then this is too dangerous. So even AI cannot handle that, right? So this is what I'm saying, that so these kind of systems happening in this human generated as well as the machine generated, right? So the text,
Sir,
so paraphrase, yes.
Sir, there is a topic called adversarial perturbation.
Adversarial perturbation, yes.
Yeah, the data will be manipulated. Adversary means hacker or even noise or any robot or anything,
Yes,
which can manipulate the data to make it appear as if it is some other data, some other thing.
data, correct.
Like, if you can just slightly modify number 6, it look like 8.
Yes.
So the whole subject called adversarial learning, and my son did a doctorate in it,
Oh, great.
and
Okay.
he wrote a book on it. Adversarial perturbation is a big subject.
Yeah. So that now the main problem of the LLM is the same thing. LLM is the what people are trying to do is even the LLM is giving some. I mean, LLM means ChatGPT is giving some output. So there is something called a threat is happening. So people can easily can hack that. I can take the output, I can modify it actually in between, and then I can show you something else also. Similar thing, right, sir?
Yes, sir. And even in numeric data, like, if you have CNNs which are identifying some traffic signal, traffic signs, like P for parking,
Yeah.
instead of P, if it is chopped off or slightly modified, look like R.
Or okay.
So this kind of things, or even, images in human images also, in Facebook also, if I put a hat on my head, nobody will recognize me.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so these are the NLP applications. So one final application I'll touch and then I'll just move to the next one, text categorization. This is the bigger one. So whatever we discussed now, the sentiment analysis, or I can say that the paraphrasing or the hate speech, fake news, identifying whether human generator, machine generator, everything you can say that comes under text categorization. The text categorization, I'm not talking only about the domain, identifying the domain of the text. I'm saying about the categorizing here, that I'm talking about the two different part of that. So here I'm saying that one text is human, one text is written by machine. So that is also I'm calling it as a text categorization. Fine. These are the applications with respect to NLP tools. So this is over. The next one will come with respect to the social media. Yeah. So now, okay, the before I think social media, fine. Yeah, here, yes. The social media, when it comes to the social media processing, so as I said that, I think I have the separate slides for the social media. I think, anyway, I'll discuss the social media applications later. Now we'll just move to the general applications. This is one example of the social media. Again, the social media applications. I think I missed one slide. Okay, we'll see that. So this is an example of the social media text. So it's the sentence. If you see that literally your Facebook message app is useless, you only want to increase profit, please fix yourself. It's a sad Facebook. It's a message in social media, right? So there are a lot of possible analysis can happen. So one is to understand the emotion, to understand, to identify the adjectives in that, where you can use post tagging or where you can use the linguistic knowledge, and checking whether this English is formal or informal. Again, classification to identify that which language it is, that itself a task, language identification, and which organization I'm talking about, NER, Facebook, which application I'm talking about or which product I'm talking about. I'm talking about Messenger app. I haven't given here the Messenger app. You see that I have given a message app, but the model matches that with the Messenger app, right? So it's doing some one step extra. It's not just taking from the text and saying that this is the organization, this is adjective, this is emotion. No, it's taking one step further. It's identifying, it's mapping with the exact product. And tone also, it's a negative tone and subjective. So those analysis we can do from each one is a task or in social media processing. So the other important task, as I said, that the fake news detection, fake news, particularly fake news in Indian context or in Indian languages. And I can say that apart from the fake news, the other direction is hate speech. So this is one of the important hate speech against women, hate speech against a child, hate speech against some political party, hate speech against some popular personality. So those things can be identified as a part of, or those are the research problems with respect to social media. There are a lot of data sets are available, a lot of online contest or the shared task is available. If you really want to work on natural language processing, so I suggest you to register for some shared task competition and build a system. So that definitely that will help you to learn more about and to understand more about that particular domain. Because when you are participating in the competition, you are you are going to compete with the researchers in the world. You're going to build a system. Your system or your model is going to compete with the researchers. So you won't stop building the kind of it should not be like a reinventing the wheel. So you won't build the existing system like fine, I'll take a LSTM for text classification like that. Definitely you will think something new to get the better place in the competition and your students also. Fine. So now it's coming to the next application of the NLP with respect to the healthcare. So there are a lot of applications with respect to healthcare and the NLP. The one is the clinical document improvement. Whatever doctor is writing, how I can digitize that, how I can convert to the computer readable text. That itself an interesting application where a slight image processing also involved or the document analysis also involved. That it's not a pure NLP task where you have to see the image processing perspective to identify that. Say for example, there are a lot of there are a lot of apps are available where you can order the medicine online, right? So some of the medicines they are asking the doctor prescription. So how the model, so instead of showing this prescription or uploading the prescription or the manually to assign someone to verify the prescription, why don't you convert the prescription whatever a doctor is written to the normal text? So the model will understand that okay, this is the prescription what they are what the doctor is written, the same medicine only he is asking, fine, I'll give this medicine to him. So that will be I don't know whether that kind of systems are available or not, but that is one step to go further. So it's a other point is to predict the outcome based on the summary. So now government is, I think it's in a progress. So like Aadhaar card, we are all going to get some health ID. So it may be linked with other also in future. So suppose wherever you are going, you no need to carry your medical records at your hand. All your medical records going to be in a cloud now. So that the complete processing, the influence of AI is going to change the complete medical industry in future, particularly in a country like India. So say for the reason, I'll say the example, the similar symptom, if someone is having that, I'm having some issues with the similar symptom. If someone in Uttar Pradesh also having the similar symptom, I mean, I'm saying that last month he had the similar symptom, and then doctor suggested some medicine, and then he recovered. This information is very much important to rectify the disease or to rectify the problem whatever I'm facing now. Maybe he may not, the UP guy, he may not, it may not happen in a one day. That first doctor suggested some test or some medicines. After 2-3 days, the doctor understand that what was the real problem, and then they rectified that. It took us some 4 days or something. Now, as the machine or the AI model knows that how it is happening, and then why, so definitely it won't ask me also to follow the same steps to rectify in 4 days. It will simplify the things and it will say that you go this way, and then definitely you will get the solution in one day. The doctor's accuracy in not only the India, all over the world, the doctor's diagnosis accuracy is only 60%. This is a hidden truth. Nowadays, there are some AI systems. It started showing the accuracy in some particular task. I'm not saying all tasks in 80%. So I'm not saying that the AI is going to replace the doctor or something. AI can handshake with doctors. I know few doctors, they started learning AI models. They started learning Python. They started using AI in there. So if I'm asking the data, some of the even the medical institutes, they are not ready to give the data. So they are analyzing the data by themselves. If I come to know that the doctors are involving in it because they are the person, they are the expertise, right? So it should happen like that. So the data should not given to.
Submit in our KMIT here, we have a
Okay.
team and a project where the images of the pathological image, the tissue in cancer
Okay.
cases are analyzed by a software platform, AI platform, and
Okay.
with the collaboration with the doctor, they're able to identify the existence of cancer or
Okay.
what stage it is.
Oh, great, great, sir, great, great. So there are a lot of things are happening actually. You have to see that how we can collaborate. That's what I was saying, that it's not only the NLP. If you see that we can, the tumor or whatever, sir, the tissues, whatever, say that it's image processing also involved. That's what I'm going to talk in after a few slides. So the combination of NLP with the image processing, because I can ask in the whatever the sir said that work, right? Even I can put it in a conversation system. A doctor or user can ask a question to the system. The model can answer it in a natural language via speech or via text. That itself a applications. That itself a application. So the NLP in healthcare, there are a lot of other areas. So the clinical trial matching, whatever I said is a clinical trial matching, and you can say that the decision support system, risk adjustment, and finally the data, whatever as I said that everything is going to store in cloud, that right in future, that is going to be linked with our insurance. Now, if you say that the insurance is in India, it's a straightforward. Whatever I am paying and then whatever you are paying is same. The all are having the common policy. But in Western countries, it's not like that. So the each person insurance is based on his behavior and his clinical output and all the clinical test output and all those things. I hope this will happen in India also soon. Fine. NLP, we have seen NLP in healthcare. Now the NLP in education domain. So there are a lot of innovative applications we can develop in NLP in education domain. So one of the project we completed with my previous institution was learning language based on the NLP tools. So that was the project we completed. So we start from that. NLP tools can helpful to learn the language, to ask questions, which is the post tag, which is the morphology information of this one. Model can automatically generate some question. They can post it. The model can verify with the help of morphological analysis and other things. That itself the first application, innovative educational application. Second one, chatbot. So where the students can ask some questions to that chatbot about the particular subject or particular domain. So model can answer it. That's other application, NLP application. So one important thing, as a faculty, if you ask me that the boring job is for me is to correcting the answer sheets. 137 answer sheets I have to correct, right? So you see that, so that it's a difficult task, not only for me. So most of the faculty will say that, yeah, so it's very difficult to correct that. Once you correct the paper, we completely forgot all the concepts after reading all the student answers. So how to avoid that? So why don't we build a system or a software to automatically assess the student answers? So let students whatever they are written. So you scan it or let it automatically scan and then let it give the answers based on the reference answer. So I have to upload the reference answer in the system. The student answer should be compared and it should give some more. So those kind of system, particularly during the COVID, so everywhere the people used to, the final examinations was a multiple choice question exam. Why we haven't conducted this kind of a descriptive examination? The reason is we don't have the system. If you have the system, we can conduct the examination. We can ask the students to write in descriptive answers. We can link that with your reference answer. You can generate the grading automatically. The next one is automatic question generation. So the question paper setting. So I can generate the questions based on the NLP models, right? With the help of NLP models, I can generate the questions. I can ask them to give some 10 multiple choice question. I'm uploading the slides to my model and I'm asking the model to give 10 multiple choice questions. The model may give that also, right? So those things can be used. Other important thing, behavior analytics. So this is a research about, I think I don't have the slide for that. What we are working is the behavior analytics I have put common. So where depression analysis from the student side with the help of NLP based on their social media post or based on their answer book, how they are writing the answer book, what they are how they are scribing in the last page, how they are treating the question paper. Those things, everything talks about the students' personality. So that is behavior analytics. That's also part of NLP is involved in that. depression analysis, suicidal ideation understanding based on the history of your tweets. So those kind of researches are happening. Okay, so next to the other applications of NLP with respect to the finance and the agriculture. So finance, the stock market prediction. So how I'm going to take the news, that is very important, right? So say for example, what happened to that a year back, sorry, not year back, so 6 months back. Suddenly, if you see that the Adani stock prices in one day it goes down because of a news report. So you see that how the news report affect the stock prices. The news report means the content of the news or the sentiment from the news. Some news report will change the stock price. If the news is going to say, for example, that the particular company is going to announce the dividend, or if they are saying that they got this time 200% profit, something like that, they're going to change the CEOs, or they're going to have the joint venture with some international industry. So those things will increase the stock price, right? So how we are going to analyze that real-time text content to map with the stock market prediction? That itself an NLP task. Again, the chatbot for investment suggestions. And with respect to agriculture, chatbots for farmers, particularly in the regional languages, and discovering the crop disease based on the farmer queries. Sometimes if you say that there are some applications where farmers can post the queries, you can see that some of the some particular region, all farmers are posting about some query, a similar query. Then you can easily understand that that particular region crops are affected by some particular disease. So that can be immediately stopped, and then that you can avoid that disease to spread over to the other part or the other regions. So these kind of really the NLP things will help in this direction also. So this is with respect to the social media. This we already discussed, sentiment analysis, information extraction. The well-known systems. This is a little old slide.
The capital market.
Sir, yes, sir.
The capital market prediction. The
Stock market.
social network posts, analyzing the posts to influence the share movements is already being done in the application of big data analytics to capital markets. I covered in a chapter in my book, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's already there. That's I'm just telling that it can be a possible research. There are a lot of new research also can do in this direction. So analyzing the comments from the various news, not only from the news, the comments also from the news. There will be a lot of comments from the user side. So those things also can be incorporated.
Correct. So now you also talked about chatbots so commonly,
Yes,
but is it so easy to build a chatbot?
Now because of the LLM, definitely it's the I feel that it's easy, sir. Earlier it was difficult, but now the problem with us anyway. We are going to discuss the LLM in the fifth day. There is no proper open source LLM to tune properly. That's the main drawback actually. But if anyway future, I guess that the LLMs may be open. If LLMs are open, and then you can build n number of chatbots in any application. You can build a chatbot.
But we need the content first, right? On which chatbot can be built.
Yeah, the content as well. So as I said, that the domain specific content. So if you are discussing with the financial people, and we can come up with some kind of data or knowledge base. So you can link the knowledge base with the LLM model to just generate the output. LLM should not be used to take a decision. LLM power should be used to only to frame the sentences, to come to give some to analyze the answers from the different questions to give some meaningful answer to that.
I have seen one number of people, young boys, building chatbots for
Yeah.
particular textbooks like Bhagavad Gita
Yes,
or some other book, only chatbot for only for that, for
that
which the
customized.
content is very available.
Yeah, customized one. So even if they are building, they are as you
So we are not able to hear you.
Yeah, I'm audible, right? Yeah. Someone removed me from the meeting, I guess. Okay, fine. I'll continue. So, Prabhu sir, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. If anything happens, you just please let me know. Thank you, Kishore sir. Yeah, I think we stopped in that the hate speech detection. So where we are, this is a part of social media text analytics, where how to identify the hate speech. When it comes to the hate speech, there are a lot of different types of the hate speeches available, starting from research is happening in the hate speech, starting from abusive text, and there is something called misogyny, and there is something called hate speech against a particular community or particular region and other things. Fine. So this should be stopped. The hate speech. If PPT is not sharing. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, thank you for intimating me. Is it now? It's visible, right? Saujanya, is it visible now?
Yeah, now it is visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So when it comes to the hate speech, as I said, that there are a lot of variants of hate speech detection, starting from abusive and misogyny, and then this itself a big research domain nowadays. So the main category of the hate speech is in one direction is actually whether it's targeting the individual or whether it's targeting the group of people. So that is important. So some hate speech, the why it is important. So say for example, if hate speech if we are seeing the hate speech in a social media post or somewhere that, so before posting that content, the social media agencies or the social media platform should identify that this have some offensive content, and then they should not allow the user to post. But we don't have that systems right now. What we are having is actually after you posted that, people used to report, there is an option for report, right? If you are reporting 10 or 20 times, and they will remove the post from that platform. But the future should be, so where before posting that, when I'm typing that, when I'm entering that, the model should understand that yes, I am using some abusive text, it should be removed. Compared to that, individual targeting individual is also offense. So targeting individual means if I'm telling wrong or if I'm abusing one person. But more than that, if I abuse some community or if I abuse some group of people, so that will be a big issue. That will sometimes this kind of things will create a violence also. So right. So that is the reason the social media platforms, particularly the WhatsApp and all, they are not allowing us to forward a message to more than 5 people. Right. So they are afraid whether it may be some abusive content or it may be disturb someone or it may be the fake news or something like that. Fine. So now it's coming to that social media. It's part of hate speech opinion mining. This itself a big research area. It comes under digital forensics or the cyber forensics. This is the example. If you see that first job here, there are few levels actually of hate speech or offensive language. This is taken from the SEMEVAL 2020 data set, these examples. So the first job is to identify that whether the particular text is offensive or not. So they have given the clear instruction that how the text is offensive, how the text is not offensive. Say for example, the next level B. Okay, you identify that first the text is hate or not hate. Now, if it is a hate, what is the type of the hate? Now the next one is, am I targeting some individual or I'm targeting some group or am I targeting some sometimes the hate is untargeted one. That is, I'm not targeting anyone. So these, but if you say the Indian context, the untargeted one will be very less. But if you say in the Western context, the untargeted is also more. People used to use swear words in their social media post to say their to just to in not targeting anyone. They just say use some words in their social media post or somewhere. But we are not seeing much things in Indian context. Indian context, if you see that, there are a lot of always when asked why I'm saying that we work in some Indian language, particularly South Indian data set, lot of fight happening between only two things. Our social media is completely filled up with the cinema news. The two actors fighting between the fans of two actors, and the next one is political groups. Our complete social media content is packed with these two things. So the marketing people are analyzing the social media, particularly the Indian context. They won't get much information, but the political person analyzing that, they'll get lot of information about that. All the political information is there in the social media. So how, so they'll bring something, and the last year even they'll bring some, the 6 month back even, all the things are happening in political. And the fight between the fans of the actor. So they will criticize this actor, they'll criticize his upcoming movie. Those things are also, I'm saying that offensive. Now the complete social media is filled up with these things only. Fine. So that's a categorization. The next level is, even it's a targeting someone. As I said, that it's a targeting individual or it's a targeting group. Suppose if I targeting the group, so what kind of group I'm targeting? Am I targeting the gender group? It means that I'm targeting the women. Am I targeting some political group? Or those things are comes under this group category. So the base level research for the hate speech is whether it's a hate or not. The next level research is to identify the type of the category, to type of the offensive language. And next level is to identify the target. Identifying the target also plays a major role. Yeah, as I said that, right, there are some of the target. I think here I don't have the example for untargeted, I guess only the targeted. Yeah, untargeted one. If you say that, yeah, this is untargeted one. So if you are reading that, you can understand that. But we won't see much things in it. I'm not seeing much things in Indian context when I'm tagging that, or when I'm doing the research on a particular South Indian languages. But we are having much things in Western. The Western text or social media is full of untargeted. So this is the word cloud analysis to understand that how I'm saying
Sir,
that.
before you go to word cloud, I want to ask you a few questions on
Yes.
the hate speech kind of analysis.
Yes, sir.
How do we find whether it's hate speech or not? Is it by named entity recognition and then sentiment analysis combination, or is there, what are the techniques used?
Yeah, the here, as I said, that the specific the text categorization technique. Now most of the research happening based on, they are treating this as a text. They are treating this as a text, and then they are using that. They are not using a specific kind of thing. But what I am proposing is actually that knowledge base or lexicon can be used. A swear word lexicon can be used with a more detail to understand that whether the particular text is hate or not. I hope I answered your question right, sir.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yeah, so but this kind of the lexicon, that's what I want to say that. So thanks for bringing that actually, sir, actually. So as I said yesterday, that people are blindly using the model. They're taking the data, they're giving to the black box model, they're getting the results. But if you really understand the data, they'll come up with the kind of square lexicon. If they have the linguistic knowledge, or if they know that how to make use of the linguistic knowledge, they can use some square lexicon, and they are given some importance. The square lexicon will understand that these words are swear words, right? And those information you can get from the word cloud also. So that's the reason I just plotted the word cloud. One side is a hate,
We have word
and
net
one.
also, right? We have a lot of word nets, even for
Sorry, sir.
Indian language.
Yeah, can you repeat, sir?
Word net.
Yeah, word net we are having. I'm saying that the knowledge base for swear words one alone. I'm not saying that we can use the basic the word net. I'm telling that the application specific, as we are targeting that, as we are targeting, or as we are focusing the hate speech, why don't we build a lexicon related to the hate speech?
Correct. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So that way the application specific model will come actually. But if as you said that the WordNet, even I worked in the project Malayalam WordNet long back. I was a part of it. And Tamil WordNet also. So when we worked on that, if you say that now if I give this current swear words, our WordNet may not have the words. It will consider that as unknown word. So that's the reason I'm saying that knowledge base with respect to application. Yeah, this is a
Yes,
word
yes.
cloud. Yeah, this definitely the word cloud will help you to create the knowledge base. But don't think that everyone can create the knowledge base. Definitely you need some language person or linguistic person help to understand the format of the knowledge base, to understand the format of the lexical resource. So with the help of, you can use your computational skills to list out all the words like this. If you show the words to him like this, he'll say that, okay, the word, this kind of words are occurring most of the times. Okay, fine. So let me focus on this words. Let me take the meaning of this words from the other knowledge bases. Let me link the knowledge base with the other knowledge base. So those things are the interesting area to work on it. Fine. So this is the other data set related to hate speech. So the same thing. So I'm saying that the data sets are available in internet. Even we developed a model, and then we have conducted the shatas competition in 2020 in Hyderabad. So now also we are conducting the shatas. There is something called Dravidian Langtech. I think you may know that, some of you may know that Dravidian Langtech, but we are not we are so far we are not conducting the event this Dravidian Langtech workshop in India. So we are conducting with the ACL conferences. So already the 3 Dravidian Langtech workshop is over. As a part of workshop, we are releasing lot of data with respect to the Dravidian languages. So as one language is, one thing is this Dravidian code mix. So where we collected the data for hate speech uh, in Malayalam and then Tamil. So we are working in other language also. If you want to contribute or if you want to work for in those things, you can contact us.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Telugu, has anything been done, sir?
Yeah, Telugu we started, sir, actually, and then we don't have much people to work on it. So if you really, we are happy to collaborate with you to work on Telugu.
Yeah, sure. I would love to collaborate with you on Telugu context. We
Yes,
are in
yeah,
Hyderabad.
yeah, sure. We'll discuss it, sir. Actually, once a while we'll discuss it, and then
I have
I
a
will
lot of
take it.
other ideas also to discuss with you. LLM and unique language model for Indian languages we can develop instead of
Yes,
blindly going by the English-based.
correct. You are right, sir. Right. Fine, sir. Definitely we'll discuss that. Yeah. So the next social media, the current trend is the fake news. So the government is trying a lot. The I mean, the people are, I mean, I can say that, yeah, the justice is telling that actually. So they are very much worried about the influence of fake news in India, particularly the country like India. See that what happened a few years, I think I remember 2-3 years back, something happened in Bangalore. There was a hoax about a fake news about some particular region, people are attacked. So you know that the lot of trains or lot of people from some particular region started boarding the train, and then there are a lot of hoax. But finally, it was they misunderstood that the whole thing has happened because of one small fake news. The fake news can change the entire country. We know that the entire country's fate is changed because of fake news. So I'll say that we know how the Trump comes into the picture, how Trump became the president. So if you are really interested to see that, you just check that Trump fake news and then Trump president, and then you search and then you read the things. So there are a lot. The fake news have the influence. It have the ability to change the complete things. Still, when the election is happening, before the election date, everyone thought that, okay, only the Hillary will come, but suddenly how the things are changed. That is the influence of fake news in social media during his election campaign. You just check that actually. Fine. So the fake news here, the interesting thing is it's very difficult to understand the fake news if you are approaching it as a text classification problem. We need something a metadata. So metadata is, as I said, that the author who posted the message. Suppose I'm seeing the reading the message something from the Hindu, then I can say that yes, fine, I can assure that. If I'm reading some now, if you're seeing that, if you're good in if you're checking your social media or any news websites, there are a lot of new news agencies are there, online news agencies. We don't know whether the news agencies are there or not. There are a lot of new news agency. They are just taking some news, they are paraphrasing it, then they are posting in their things. Who is going to verify that? Who is going to fact check? There are some website for fact check. There are some people started a research on fact check. There are some, if you are interested in the fake news, you check something called a fact check. So their job is actually to check the particular news is fake or not. So they are filtering the fake newsers and then they are telling that this is fake or this is not fake. This is fake. This is not fake. That is that's what they are doing. But now the government asked the question. The Supreme Court of India, the justice asked a question. Who is going to verify this fact checker?
Correct.
That is no answer for that, right? The fact checker is telling that yes, fine, we are agreeing that the someone answered that the government, the Supreme Court asked that how we are going to stop the fake news. That someone answered that there is a lot of fake check websites are there. Then the counter question is who is going to verify the fact checker? That is true, right? So definitely this is a never-ending scenario, and I don't know the reason behind that is A is not only helping us to identify the fake news. A is, if suppose if I tell that 5 AI systems or 5 persons are working on building the AI model to identify the fake news, I'm saying that 50 people or 50 persons or 50 persons are working on how to build a AI to generate fake news. If this is a situation, definitely this will go beyond our hand only, right?
There is a subject called data provenance.
Okay, sir.
You might have heard of this, not only in the case of social media, but even in the case of other types of data like IoT data or anything. Who
Yeah.
is the owner? Who is
Yeah.
generating the data?
Data. Yes.
So, data provenance is a big subject other than data governance.
Governance.
So, in
So
data provenance, the owner has to be identified and he has to endorse or own it up, that
yes, correct.
particular data.
Yeah, recent discussion also happened in America as well as the Indian legal experts. So the LLM data, the or chat GPT is giving output, right, sir? So who is taking the copyright of it? Whether can I give the original, the thing is one is a chat GPT. Now persons are claiming that I am giving the intelligent prompt. That is what the software is building, giving this output. So the person is asking, claiming that I am owner for that output. So that it's again it's a big debate is happening. So definitely we'll get some solutions in future, I guess. Okay. Yeah.
No,
So yes,
ChatGPT is not a human being. It
yes,
cannot be. It cannot be sued in a court of law. But other posts, in social networks, etc., the data provenance check shows the owner actually who originated is a human being. So he can be sued also. He can be
yeah,
punished also.
yeah. So why the reason is, sir, why the ChatGPT is coming here then to picture is, you know that some of the research journals, when you are submitting the paper, it's asking that if you are using that GPT model somewhere or any LLM model somewhere to generate some text, they are asking us to cite the model. We are citing we are referring, it means that indirectly we are saying that we are giving the copyright.
Yes, they're using it. Yes.
Yes. So that's the reason that the debate comes actually. We don't have that. The thing is actually maybe India will take steps. Now US government taken steps. So they are going for something called a legal AI. Similar thing once they are also in a progress. I think they will finish it in this year. Hope next year we'll come up with some um, legal AI, some regularities for AI systems, not only for the GPT models, for all AI systems.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Kishore sir, can I take up to 6:15? Is it fine? No. So participants, we have started late, right? Half an hour. We have started late. 6:15. I'll take 15 more minutes extra.
Okay, sir, you can continue, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So the others now know if they say if they are going to catch bus or something, that's what I'm telling. That 6:15 I'll leave that. No issue. Fine.
Okay,
So
sir.
that's what the fake news. So fake news, as I said, that it's not only from the news perspective. I cannot simply say that the word Trump is there because of the fake news. There are a lot of other parameters. Checking the author. So consider the source. As I said, that if it is from the Hindu, then I can say that yes, this may be the new. It may be the true. If it is from something else, then I won't believe that. And read beyond that. So no one is doing the read beyond that. No one analyzing that. This is very important actually. Why this is important? The read beyond. So if you see that the hate speech, not hate speech, the fake news, there is something called disinformation, and there is something called disinformation, and there is something called misinformation. So disinformation means voluntarily you are taking some data or text, you are changing some content, and then you are circulating that is disinformation. So you are generating some information, you are generating fake news. Other one is a misinformation. Suppose, so I'm believing Professor Prabhu. So sir is sending some news to me. I'm forwarding that news to all the participants or all of you. So now, as whatever I send is misinformation. It means that the information is false, but I don't know. I haven't verified that. I haven't read beyond that. Blindly I forwarded. That is the reason the WhatsApp or other agencies are stopping us to forward more than 5% and other things. Really, they are not afraid about this information. They are afraid about the misinformation. Human, no, whatever it's coming to us. So I'm forwarding some information to someone. It means that I'm also involving in that, right?
Hello.
So one person who is generating, who is taking the ownership of the message is this information. The other one is misinformation unknowingly. So I don't know the truth of it. I'm not reading the news beyond that. I'm just forwarding that to you and you are believing me and then you are forwarding to everyone. So that is the misinformation.
Sir,
That's what I'm saying that.
many posts today are which are of political nature are very, very subtly, provocatively, creating false, like, now many posts have come against Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes.
So Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation, we have been believing all these days. Now many posts and many videos have also come to prove that, he was some kind of a bad person. Similarly Nehru. So all
Yes.
these kind of things are happening deliberately.
Yeah, correct. So this information is deliberately forwarding the things, and misinformation. Suppose as you rightly said that if I'm getting some information, I don't have time or I'm not going deep to finding the source or to checking whether it's true or not. I'm simply forwarding. So I'm also part of it. And the supporting sources, as this kind of message is coming, is there any proper reference is there? Is someone is citing some reputed, say for example, COVID time, there are a lot of fake news. Mosquito bite happen, whether the mosquito will spread the COVID or not. These kind of simple things are there. So when you're telling yes or no, so you should have a supporting sources. You should not say that the model should not say that yes or no. The AI model also, as I said, that the explainable AI, the model should say that why this is yes or why this is no. So that is important actually here. And check the date. So when the news is posted and what time it posted also important. Someone is posting the news at 1 o'clock, night 1 o'clock, then there may be a doubt about that. Check the author. If the person joined in Facebook 2 days before only, then you can doubt that he don't have any friends, he don't have any followers, and this is his very few posts only he had that. Then we can doubt that this may be the fake account itself, right? Yeah. So these are some example fake news, even from with respect to the COVID and other things. So India, baby born with two minds in same body. So China issues terrifying warning to America, prepares for war. You see that this kind of fake news are very sensitive, right? So this will change that someone believes this and then say, for example, if Americans believe this and then if they started, so what will happen? So that's what the fake news should be taken very serious care, and then we should have a mechanism to stop those things. So this is the existing step taken from the Twitter, the old Twitter. Actually, this is now it's called as a X, right? Okay, so if you see that they have the report button, or after 3 days, that after 3 or 4 days they are removing the videos and then they are telling that this is, I can show that some of all the content are shared in the tweet conflict of the guidance from the public health experts of regarding the COVID-19. So they are removing after 3 days. After 3 days, no, who will see this one? This will be a old news. Now the news people will concentrate on only on the current things now. So what is happening in the last 1 hour, what last 3 hours or last 4 hours? When you are searching something also, if it is a 2 days before news, we are not showing much interest towards that, right? So so why I'm saying this is the model, the AI or whatever the model, the platforms, the social media platforms also, they should be very proactive. So if it comes and then they should immediately take action, they should remove it. And you say that they are taking the feedback from the users also. Something is posted here and then user is posted. Was it really? I think this is fake. You might want to fact check. So these things, if I believe this one, if this guy or if they believe this lady, then definitely the model can take that. She may say the true only, then I can remove this message or not this message. I can remove the original news content. So as I said already that the fake news not only from the text. So there are a lot of other things. Who is the author? And is there any spelling mistakes? Does the image matches with the text? Again, we are going for the multi-model. That the text is, the title is matches with the content. Those things we can analyze it. There are some softwares or demos are available for that. The fake news research, you can see that this is from the Simon Fraser University, Canada. So if you type something and then the model will say that, the model brilliantly is saying that according to our model, I haven't verified ChatGPT models to for the fake news. If you are having the subscription and all, you just to take some fake news or purposefully just to give to the GPT model and then you see that how the model is responding. So
Sir,
during COVID,
ChatGPT cannot be taken as a standard reference because it does not have the up-to-date information. It does not
yes,
use Google search.
yes, sir, yes, sir. I completely agree with you. I'm just asking them to check that actually how the model is behaving, to not
Yes.
to and believe the model or something, to see that how the model is working. That's it.
Yes.
So the bio NLP part, where the new NLP domain itself comes, particularly in the area of during that COVID time. So the term itself, a bio NLP, the lot of COVID literature, lot of COVID research articles. Those things are analyzed with the help of NLP techniques to summarizing the COVID articles, identifying the topic modeling, answering the questions, building the question answering systems from those research articles. Those things are come up with a new topic itself. It's called as a bio NLP, particularly during the COVID times. So there are some COVID related data sets are available. Still, if you are want to work on it, there is something called Allen Institute of AI. They are given the near 50,000 research articles. So if you see that these research articles, most of the research articles are published before COVID. The corona, you know that the coronavirus is not the new word. There were a lot of research articles before that also, where so the reason why the proper research articles I am saying here is, if you are referring from the proper the reputed journal research articles or the scholarly articles, and there won't be any confusion about the fake news. If you are building that system, suppose why sir is telling about the GPT models, because GPT models are blindly crawling all the news from the internet and then they build the system. Even all the fake news also there in the GPT models, all the hate speech information, all the bias information, all those informations are inbuilt in the ChatGPT models. How now the new research is happening in the OpenAI side, how to remove certain information. If you are asking the GPT models who is good, whether the black or white, the model will say that it's a white. It means that the model is biased, right? So I'm not telling that it's a completely because I'm telling I'm taking the example as LLM as a one NLP product. So I'm telling that there are some issues. So we have to remove the bias from that. That itself a one research domain. So the reason why I'm taking this is actually when you are analyzing that, when you are building some model, you should take the data from the reputed resources. So that's what. If you are building some chatbot for any academic domain or something, you take some proper research articles. Don't consider the blogs. So there are a lot of blogs are giving the misinformation, right? The authors are knowingly or unknowingly, they are just putting something the wrong information there. So why we need to refer the blogs, or why we need to refer them shorts or the YouTube videos? Take from standard textbooks or reference books. Build some academic chartboard. So that's what I'm saying, that these scholarly articles are from the research data set is 40,000 articles from these are the journal articles, the journal articles related to coronavirus. Earlier, there is something, I mean, still the IEEE data port is there. So I have used the coronavirus data set, tweets data set I used long back, but I don't know because now the data set is available or not. I haven't checked that, but earlier the data set was available. So if you want some data set related to the NLP or the related things, you can registered yourself to the IEEE data port. Now they are linking this data port with all the research paper. If I'm publishing the research paper, I can put my data in the IEEE data port. So again, the point why I'm telling this is why I'm not telling that Kaggle or other things. Kaggle is the other place that even you have the data set, what is the authenticity of the data set? But this IEEE data port, they are not publishing the data set simply, they are publishing the data set associated with the research papers. So always you should believe with a data set with a research paper. So I first strictly I'll tell to my class that for my assignment or for the research projects, don't use Kaggle data set, because I'm not against the Kaggle. I'm telling that 50 to 60% of the data sets are without any reference. The data sets are there without any reference. And students also coming saying that what data set you are using. They're not telling the data set name. They're telling that Kaggle data set. So that's not a way to do that, right? So that's what I'm saying, that as you are going to build a system, as you're going to do a research, or as you're going for a publication, or you're planning for a funding, other things. So focus on the reputed data set from some competition or from the data port, IEEE data port. ACM also going to come up with something similar to that. Springer already have something. So those things. That's what my point here. Yeah, so the paraphrase detections, I already discussed that. So we have developed the paraphrase corpus for Indian languages in for 7 years back. So we conducted the competition. This is my first competition what I have conducted along with the FIRE conference in ISI Kolkata in 2016. If you're, I have the data set. If you are interested in the working on the data set or something, you contact me and then I'm happy to share the data set. I'll give my email ID. You can email me. I'll give the data set. No issues. It's a data set for Indian languages, actually 4 Indian languages, Tamil, Malayalam, Punjabi, and Hindi. That time we had only students, we had only for these 4 language students only. So that's what we built that. Later, we slightly extended that work to Telugu. I don't think we have the Telugu data set right now. We started the work, but due to some things, we stopped that. But that is a good initiative to work on it. Paraphrase data set for Telugu. So the other interesting research is author profiling. So where I think, yeah, one second. Fine. So I'll do one thing. I'll just stop myself with author profiling. Then the remaining things will continue. I'll continue tomorrow from this slide. Whatever I left that, I'll continue from here. I'll stop with author profiling. Then we'll have a 10 minutes or 5 minutes for question answering. Fine. The author profiling is an important role. When I say that if I'm writing something, so how a machine can automatically identify the author. So the author means it's not identifying the exact author. The machine can say that the author is maybe the 40-year-old guy. The author is Asian, or the author is Indian. The author is male. The author is look like he's educated and then he is graduated. He may be the PhD guy. So those things are important, right? So if I am writing some email, threatening email to someone, so that the simple one is the model can say that. Even we used to ask my institute some years back, we got an email from unknown person. They claim that we are belong to your institute and then this one. But based on that sentence formation and all those things, we easily understood that that is a student. Right? So it means that we understood the age group of it. As human understood that, why don't the machine also? So that's an interesting area of research to identify the gender, not exactly age group. There are a lot of marketing benefits for that. Suppose you say that some product I'm introducing. So say for example, iPhone is introducing the 16. There are a lot of negative reviews. So from the negative reviews, they are identifying that the most of the negative reviews for the iPhone, I'm saying the example, most of the negative reviews are from female. Now the next model, the business strategy, they are getting the input to this, right? This is the input to the next model. The next model, whatever they are building, they can add some applications which is more attractive to female. They can give the color of the iPhone also in pink color. Definitely the more female will buy that, right? Or they are taking the statistics, says that 80% male are using iPhone and only 20% male only buying 20% female only buying iPhone. So they can understand from the reviews or from their social media text, they can understand that why the female is not buying that. And they can add those things in the next version of their mobile phone. They can improve their the marketing, they improve their profit. So that's what there are a lot of application for the author profiling, starting from the forensics. As I said, someone is writing something, I can understand that whether the person is from which region, other things. Based on this, we conducted a competition again. I think this is I don't have that screenshot. We conducted the competition in 2002 years. We conducted the competition and 2017 and then 2018. So myself and then along with one international professor from University of Spain. So we conducted the competition. It's called Indian Native Language Identification. So if I'm talking in Tamil, you can say that I belong to Tamil region. But if I'm talking in English, based on my accent, you can say that I may be South Indian and other things. But if I'm writing based on my English writing, how will you say that I belong to Tamil speaking region, or I belong to Telugu speaking region, or I belong to Hindi speaking region, or I belong to Malayalam speaking region? That is the task. So where the participants got, there are a lot of scope to improvement because the maximum accuracy is only 48%. We have collected the Facebook comments taken from the regional newses. Say for example, someone posted the Telugu news, down some comments are there. It means that the assumption here is someone read the Telugu news, they know Telugu and then they commented. So we have taken assumption that as they are reading the Telugu, they are from Telugu speaking region. So their English is like that. There are a lot of other issues and other research direction in this, because the same Telugu people English in Telugu region or the Andhra or the Telangana region, or the people settled in the US, their English will be completely different, right? So that's kind of deep analysis you can go that, but we haven't done that. We have just taken an English sentence, English post, set of English post we have taken. We haven't calculated for the single post. It's very difficult to say from the single post. We have taken that near 10 posts we have taken for the person, and then we identify that whether the person is Tamil speaking person or Telugu speaking person, Hindi speaking Malayalam person. I have the data set with me. If you are really interested to work on it, you contact me. I'm happy to share that data set. It's called Indian Native Language Identification. So with this, I'll stop and the remaining things anyway we'll discuss that in tomorrow's presentation. I'll continue in tomorrow's presentation. Any questions, participants?
Dear participants, if you have any queries, please ask this, sir.
So tomorrow we'll start with the demo. Today, as I was late and then I couldn't show some demo. Tomorrow will last 15 minutes or last half an hour. I'll take some code and then I'll explain. A hands-on training will give no issues. Participants, any questions?
Any questions?
No, sir.
I think that no. You sir, you can ask, sir. I think there is no question, sir.
Fine, no problem. They are exhausted, I guess. Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you all. Then tomorrow I hope we'll start on time. Okay, thank you all.
Okay, sir. Okay, so dear participants, feedback link has shared in WhatsApp group as well as in Teams also. Feedback link will be active up to 12 PM of this day only. We should not resend the same feedback many times. Please be active. Okay, thank you one and all. Sir, thank you, sir.